What's up, guys? We're here in Destin, Florida today. Chris, Will, and myself drove all the way up here yesterday, and we're out fishing with some really cool people today. We've got Nick, Captain Nick, Captain Isiah, Captain Josh, Miss Anna right here, Willie Biggs right there. So we're gonna drop some micro jigs in some shallow areas for starters. The wind's howling just a little bit this morning, but hopefully we're gonna be able to push offshore into some deeper water. But in the meantime, we're gonna put the micro jigs on, see if we can't get tight. We're in about 80 to 100 feet of water. There's definitely some American red snappers in this area. There could be some groupers in this area. Let's see what happens.
We're just a few guys decided to pursue our passion. As we hit destination fishing spots in our local waters out of Pompano Beach, Florida, we want to fill you in on what we have learned along the way. Will, Chris,
moved out to taller water,
and myself
Hooked up, baby.
hit the road at 5 a.m. for a road trip to Destin, Florida. The purpose of this trip was to first catch fish, second was to check in on one of our favorite dealers, Emerald Coast Bait and Tackle, and third, we were invited to present a seminar on slow pitch jigging with Emerald Coast Fishing Club. It's my understanding that Destin is very well known for their inshore fishery as well as offshore. Captain Isiah and Captain Nick both run inshore charters and say the fishery is pretty incredible. And some of the notable species include redfish, trout, and sheep's head. Our host for the day is Captain Josh and his wife Anna. These two have an incredible story of which we'll get into later.
So here we are in about 80-90 feet of water, and I'm fishing a 130 gram pink and gold flatback with size 5.0 hooks on the head and size 2.0 hooks trailing. I'm liking this pink flatback.
Pink flatback.
130 gram.
Good snappers.
Oh,
Yeah.
pretty work. Quick release. He's fighting. He's fighting. He doesn't like the direction you're pulling him. There we go. Yeah, he's got some good digs. Big tail movement. Go. We got color, baby. It's a jack. Amberjack. On the one drop green, baby. AJ, way to break the ice.
Yeah.
That's it. He's going back home.
Yes, sir. Oh. It's a good one.
It's pretty great.
Here it is. Nice. It's awesome. I'm recording.
Alright guys, so I have a tungsten jig here that was given to me by Noah from Daiwa, and it's a little guy. He's only 30 grams, but because we're sitting in this shallow water, as long as I can feel bottom, I've got a chance. So let's throw this down and see what happens. Feel a fish, you know, just any fish.
You got the smallest there so far.
That's a mangrove snapper. Put him in the cooler. You wanna, you know?
Oh, that's on a Dio little tungsten jig, dude.
Tungsten, baby.
You wanna play with them?
Yeah, we'll play with them later. That's it, guys. American red snapper. This is my first fish of the day. It's early in the morning still, but got him on actually a small tungsten jig. We're gonna send him back down. It feels good to get tight. I've had a couple fish get off, but it feels good to finally put a fish in the boat. And Chris, if you guys got to see what Chris is doing right now. This is the piece of squid that this ARS spit out. And I don't know what Chris is doing over there, but
Throwing back in the water.
throwing it back. He was gonna tip his jig, guys. Just filling you in. He was gonna tip his jig.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna start with a small 60-gram four-side. I think this is an excellent micro jig. One thing that I'm able to get away with this 60-gram jig is because we got a Rodan trolling motor here too that's gonna help us combat the wind drift. So I'm gonna go down to 60 gram, and if that don't work, I'm gonna phase up to probably an ultra flutter 80 gram. All right, guys, we had Miss Anna just pull up a vermilion snapper. So there's a good chance there's more of those down there.
Oh, nice bingo. Nice
really
bird.
that is a
Good.
very. So what we got here is a 120 gram one drop that just got a stud vermilion snapper. About 90 feet of water near the bottom. They're stacked up down there, so I expect these boys to pull up a few more. This will be dinner tonight.
Guys, let's take a quick break from the fishing. We're here in Fort Walton Beach at Emerald Coast Bait and Tackle. And what I want to do is go on inside to meet Captain Josh Calhoun and his wife Anna to see what's going on in the slow pitch jigging world as far as the panhandle of Florida is concerned. So come on in, guys. All right, guys, we're in the tackle shop and I'm here with Anna and Captain Josh Calhoun, husband and wife team that own this place here. And I just wanted to kind of throw a couple questions at you guys because I'm curious, as you know, slow pitch jigging is really growing in the US, and I'm curious to see like its expansion and where it's moving into. And so for you guys here, when did you guys first start like bringing slow pitch gear into the tackle shop, or even just hear about it for that fact?
It's been about 3 years now. Shimano's had jigs out for a while, but the actual technical slow pitch jigging has started growing probably about 3 years ago is when we first brought it in, and it's just exploded.
It's exploding. So guys are coming in and they're asking for the gear, they're asking for the jigs.
Yeah, it really wasn't very much available for it, and our big thing is trying to find the newest stuff in the industry and bringing it to our area. So really the first slow pitch jigs that we brought in were probably like the Nomads, and then we met you guys a few years ago, and it's pretty much just taken off since.
So guys are coming in, they're asking for the gear, it's exploding in this area, and you couldn't get it anywhere, right? That's kind of our story. When we started out, we were like, we can't get slow pitch jigging gear anywhere years ago, and that was kind of like where Johnny Jigs, you know, that's where it was created, was being able to get the gear and bring it into your shop and you know, haven't forgotten. Actually, we would walk into tackle shops and be like, do you guys have slow pitch jigs? And they would look at us like, what are you talking about? Right? So how do you think like, do you see anything with like your charter boat captains? Like, how do you think it fits into your fishery? I know we've experienced it yesterday, even though you guys are watching still today. We experienced going offshore yesterday, but you know, there's that, you know, you got to run a little ways to get out there to deeper water, but also in the shallow water we saw that it was effective. But how do you think it fits in for like your local charter boat captains?
So a lot of the charter guys are liking it a lot more because with triggerfish, the regulations are getting tighter and tighter, and we have so many triggerfish out there now. And during red snapper season, or anytime you try to go bottom fishing, you can't even hit the bottom a lot of times. You'll pull up to a spot, and some spots they'll just come up and welcome you. There'll be like 20, 30 triggerfish that just swim up to your boat as soon as you stop. So without having that bait in the water, allows you to get to the bottom and actually fish for other reef fish, whether it's groupers, snappers, amberjacks, whatever. Get you down there and you're able to weed through the triggerfish. Of course, they're still going to bite it. They want everything, and the cod lice. But it allows you to get through the triggerfish a lot here.
Through them, yeah. And then also it's something like busy work, you know, like while you're as a captain or mate, you know, putting together, you know, bait rods, whatever the case may be, it's something quick to deploy fast.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that don't want to use live bait or dead bait. It's just like your fly fishermen out there. They want it artificial. So you get clients that after 4 or 5, as soon as you're reef fishing. So you put dead bait down, you're gonna catch something and real quick. If you're not catching something within a few minutes, you're leaving to go to another spot with dead bait or live bait. So you get those customers that want to be active and try to catch something artificial. It's perfect for them.
It was more exciting too. We didn't know what we were reeling up yesterday.
That's right. That's right.
We had ideas of what we were bringing up, but had a couple surprises.
So here's the thing. You walk into the shop, Emerald Coast Bait and Tackle, right? And it feels like a big box store. Like I'm looking around, I'm like, holy! I mean, it's like for a fisherman who loves inshore, offshore, any shore. If the fish are there, loves it. You're
Anything in the water.
You're like, this place has everything, right? But then as you walk through the doors, you're kind of greeted with that mom and pop feel of you guys' store. And I mean, you guys kind of got it going on. And where does that come from? You know, like where did you guys start with this? And
So some of our first dates were fishing because we didn't have any. He had a boat and we didn't have any money. So that was a fun job. That fun that something we could do. And when he would try and look for new gear, we couldn't really find anybody that was bringing any of the newest and the best stuff here. And then it was something that, he's born and raised in the area. I moved here when I was 2, so over 30 years we've been here. And Fort Walton's just never had something that you could go to get that one-stop shop. So we talked about it for maybe 10 years. We've been open for a little over 4 years now, so probably 10 years of talking about it. But our deal is that customers are number one, and we want to make sure they get greeted so that they get seen. And then we've got our request list that if we can, something that we can bring into the shop that we're going to start carrying. All of our guys are avid fishermen. Our slogan is by fishermen for fishermen.
There we go. That narrowed it down right there. By fishermen for fishermen.
We usually have a
That's
captain.
your mission statement, right?
It's exactly
That's perfect.
Most of the people that work here are also fishing on their days off. So it's stuff that they're bringing to the table or they're seeing somewhere else and saying, hey, can we bring this in? And it's a lot of this is like Slow Pitch was our manager got into it and he was just ate up with it. Yeah. And we're like, all right, we'll get it in for you. Let's see how it sells. And he's like, I'll push it if we get it in. So
you guys have the lineup.
We got the full lineup.
That's the whole lineup. We got the whole wall. I mean, everyone has every customer has their brand. Some people want just one thing. They caught their first fish on it, and every time they use it, it works. So they don't go fishing without it. I mean,
you get
offshore lures.
That's it.
You have all that faith. A lot of times we tell customers too is like, you ask everybody, and it's just a matter of what that person caught a fish in and is confident in. So
that's right.
It's like yesterday I had that purple and pink, the watermelon.
Confidence catches fish. Guys, well, thank you so much for your time. If you guys are in Destin area, Fort Walton area, come by and see Emerald Bait and Tackle. This place, it's if it's out of your way a little bit, it's worth it. Even if it's out of your way a lot of it, it's worth it. Come by and see this place. Let's get back on the water.
Bye.
Here we go. Got some color. That is a red snapper, sir. Nice grade of snapper, too. Beautiful fish.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good, buddy. You're good, buddy. Got her? Beautiful snapper.
That's a good one.
Nice fish. Good grade. Look how healthy that fish is, too.
Yeah.
Well fed.
That was a little bit more chubby.
Nice mingaloid.
All ladies, we have
Whoa! Swing him in!
Oh, that's a big
That's a keeper. That's
No
big.
way!
You're not gonna believe what. Leave it up to Will to catch
Lionfish.
a lionfish on the jig. I know it's been done before. I can't remember who did. Did you catch one?
I got a lionfish.
That's a big one.
That's giant. I've never.
They're delicious, actually.
He ate that jig too.
Yeah, he went out right after.
I'm gonna need somebody to take
That's
this
pretty
off.
incredible.
Fingers, it'll be fine.
You can't catch big fish on slow pitch.
Sure you can.
Oh.
Oh.
Doing my pitches on the bottom and got some nice slack, so he hit me from underneath. I'm gonna say feels like a small snapper or albacore.
Nice. Remember, you are in the other category today.
I am in the other category today, so although the poisonous weird species generally don't talk.
What fish have you caught today?
Well, I have caught a couple of, I think, fish gone.
Oh no.
American Reds.
Oh, you still got him.
It's a beeliner.
That's dinner.
That's what for dinner.
That thing has bones to the
Nice. Nice. Pretty beeliner.
Add him to the species list.
Anna's on. Will's got a fish.
At the bottom this time, she said.
I think that's a real one.
Alright, so yummy vermilion snapper. They call them.
It's flat bottom.
They call them something different.
What do they call
here.
them?
Mingo.
I've never met a rock that does that.
They call them mingos. And kind of hit me from beneath, gave me a little fight for halfway up. I'm about 200 feet on some ledges, and that was a lot of fun. It's going to taste great for dinner.
That's dinner tonight, baby.
This feels so wrong.
Oh, it's a heavy fish, huh?
The rock in the water.
Yeah. Floating, Anna? It's floating? I think this is floating.
Real fast, real fast, real fast,
Real fast. Quick, quick. Make haste. Keep going.
Oh, yeah, you're
That's a nice trigger. That's when it got real heavy.
Yeah, that's when it got real heavy. Yep. Oh, it's a shark.
Yeah, he got it.
Was that a shark that went after it?
Yeah.
Poor baby.
Anything you want to say to everybody?
Oh, it was fun.
Lost for words. We're in taller water. We're dropping jigs. Morale is high. It's new ground. It's crunchy territory. Anna just pulled up a little snowy grouper right behind John. She's showing it off. And I got her second.
Hold on a second. There we go. All right, Anna.
As a grouper, it still counts.
It does count. That's it. No size limit on those. I don't know what the season is.
Got some color here.
We got color. What do we got?
Tiny little jack.
Jack. All right. Here we go.
There's your turbo.
All right.
You're live.
Hooked up, baby. So we pushed out deeper, which is a long run for Destin, Florida to get to, 300-400 feet. It's, I mean, we were probably running for a good 30-45 minutes, and I just got tight on the bottom with a guava torpedo, getting a lot of digs all the way up. And generally a grouper will start floating for us once they get about halfway up and you really know that you have a grouper on. Granted, I've been fooled many times, but if I had to guess, I would say that I have a jack. Looks like we're getting color here, guys. Let's see what's coming up. Come on, Scamp grouper jack. That's it. So we got another. Is that an amber or albacore? Let's find out. Amberjack. Little amberjack. Not the grouper I was hoping for, but it's definitely gets me jigging a little harder. Once you get tight on a fish, it gets you excited, gets the team excited. Everybody starts fishing a little bit harder, thinking that there's something good down there. But for now, just an amberjack. We're gonna send him back down, see if we can't get tight on a grouper. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. You could also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We're putting out a few TikTok videos as well. And if you want to check out the gear we use in this video, you can find it down in the link below, as well as Emerald Coast Bait and Tackle. So hit that subscribe button and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Jig on.